friends. Welcome back to Second Star to the Left. I'm Michelle, and this is my daughter, Billy.
Hi.
And here's where we'll share board game reviews, ramblings, and a few wrong turns along the scenic route. We're going to talk about our top 5-ish games that we don't own. And most of these games we play on Board Game Arena. So if you want to play games with us, hop in our Discord. You'll find all that information down below and come join us. It's a lot of fun. But why do we love these games on Board Game Arena and not buy them? What is it about these games? And some of them, to be fair, there are other reasons. But for the most part, it's because we play there. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that works in reverse, where we'll play a game on Board Game Arena and then decide that we really do want the physical copy. So games like
Res Arcana, which we played a million times on BGA.
Like Res Arcana, which we typically play with Jeff and Jamie from Foster the Meeple, and we've shown to a bunch of other people. And we are really happy to have our own copy so we can play it whenever we want. And not just when we're sitting in our computers. Plus the components to that game.
They're so nice and chunky and good.
Yeah, they make it worth owning. It's a nice engine builder that's pretty accessible. And it has a interesting fantasy theme. Although I don't pay too much attention to the theme. I'm just trying to combo the cards. And one day I'll win. I have one in person. But that's it. For games like that, buying a copy is going to work out for us. We're likely to take out a small box game that's quick to the table and quick to play. The other honorable mention here is going to be Santorini, which I played a lot of on Board Game Arena, and I actually won one whole game. And I just really like the components. To be fair, we did not buy the original Santorini. We bought Santorini New York because we liked the components and the style a little bit better, and because New York is basically a hometown game for us.
Yeah, we're like a quick train ride away.
It also falls into the category of games that Billy beats me at every single time.
Yeah.
So that means that Billy will play it whenever I ask to play it. Number 5 on the list of our favorite games that we don't own is Draftosaurus, which we play all the time on BGA whenever anybody says they need an extra person to fill in a spot, or whenever we're teaching people how to play on Board Game Arena, because it's really accessible. The rules are pretty light. I like it because I don't have to think too much about it, which also explains why I don't win this one very often.
It's a nice, quick little puzzle game. It's very satisfying when you get it right. But the figuring it out is like a puzzle. But that's true of every game.
It's like a puzzle. You're drafting
All
dinosaurs.
Board games are puzzles.
You're drafting dinosaurs to put into pens to meet certain conditions of those pens. Like some pens you want to have...
It's nothing like a puzzle.
Some of them you have to put all the same kind of dinosaurs in. Some of them you put cute little couples of dinosaurs in. Some of them, none of them can match. You get the idea. It's an easy game to show people how BGA works. I've seen this one in person, and it has big, old, chunky dinosaur meeples. And for that reason, I'm kind of tempted to get it, but I just think it's not a game we're going to reach for in person very often. There's other things that kind of scratch that itch for us. So buying it just because it's cute is probably not going to get it to the table. But we do play it all the time on Board Game Arena. You don't play this one as often as I do.
No, because I'm a bit of a hermit.
But if I suggested that we play Draftosaurus, you would play it.
Yeah, I'd be up for it anytime.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really simple game, especially if you just want to pass a little bit of time. And I like to play it when we can talk to people, because you can talk and play without worrying too much about losing your strategy or anything like that. It's a nice light game. And it's cute. Number 4 on the list is another game that I like to play on Board Game Arena just because it's simple and it's light, and it's a really good game to introduce people to playing games on Board Game Arena, and that's King Domino.
Yeah, it's really fun when you're not cheating at it.
Oh, you mean King Domino Duel?
Yes.
No, you not knowing the rules is not me cheating.
You did not properly explain the rules. Until halfway
ADHD
through
brain
the game.
didn't listen to the rules.
Yay.
And also, that's a game that you need to try again.
Yeah,
because your
probably.
little table flip tantrum meant
After
that
you
we
cheated?
couldn't play.
After halfway through the game, you're like, oh, by the way, those aren't the victory conditions. What you've been working towards is nonsense.
Okay, no. That aside, King Domino, not King Domino Duel, is really fun.
It's very fun.
On Board Game Arena.
And it made me want to try King Domino Duel again, which we do own, but we
Yes.
don't own King Domino.
No, we don't. Which is another thing that we do, where we have the roll and write version, but not the real version. King Domino is bright and colorful, and if anybody knows anything about dominoes, it will make sense to them. And the only thing that's a little tricky to explain is how the turn order of where you place your meeple, depending on what tile you selected, is what turn order you have the next round.
It's a really compact little game. I think there's like 3 rules in total.
It's really fun. It's a great game to teach people. It's another game where you can talk to people and kind of not worry about some giant strategy down the road.
Plus, I just like making a pretty little map.
It is a really pretty little map. I think I would not buy this game.
No?
Now, no. There's a new one, though, King Domino Origins, I think, that we looked.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that one might be interesting, but again, I'm not sure that we need to have a copy of this on the shelves. We are getting to maximum capacity for games, and we need to be a little more selective.
No such thing.
And
We're building new shelves right now.
No, we are building new shelves. But this one plays so well on Board Game Arena. You don't lose any of it to play on there, and I really, really enjoy that. So I think this is one that will probably just stay digital. Number 3 is a game that I would absolutely buy a real copy of if it wasn't hideously ugly. I'm sorry,
Oof.
whoever put this game out back in it's like the 80s when this thing was...
Or earlier.
Yeah. And that is Can't Stop. This is just straight up push your luck. And I love this silly little game because this is not a skill game. Billy likes to egg me on and just keep making me
It's surprisingly easy.
push further. But this is such a quick little filler game to just have going all the time. There was a time when I had 2 or 3 of them going at once, all the time. I haven't actually played in a little while. But the actual version of this game is like a big plastic stop sign with road cones. And then they updated it. And then they just made it cubes. It's ugly. I saw one somewhere on like Etsy or somewhere that was like mountain climbers. It was beautiful, but you can't buy that.
Isn't that what the BGA one is?
No, the BGA one is just like dots and lines.
Oh, it's a mountain.
Is it?
Yeah, they're
no.
climbing a mountain.
No, it's not. That's Trek 12.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Can't Stop is a mountain.
No, it's just little lines.
On a mountain.
Is it? Okay, well, no. It just looks like dots and lines.
Look at the B-roll, folks. Look at me being right.
If they made this even remotely attractive and not just like the worst 80s plastic generic board game, I would buy a copy immediately and make everyone play it when they came over.
Like if they had one that looks like the BGA version, which I assume has to be out there somewhere.
You know the BGA version is just dots and lines.
No, it's a mountain. I swear.
Anyway, look, somebody make a really pretty one. Right? It's like the difference between the dollar store cribbage board that just has like pegs and holes, which is fine and it's functional, and some of those absolutely gorgeous custom cribbage boards. Someone come up with a beautiful Can't Stop board that's not $10,000 and we will buy it. So anyway, number 3 was Can't Stop, which is just a absolute dice chucking push your luck game where you're just trying to get to the top of this, what Billy says is a mountain, and what in the physical game is weird traffic cones on a stop sign. And if you can get there without busting, you win. That's it. That's all there is to it, and it is silly, addictive fun.
All of these games are great for asynchronous play, but Can't Stop especially, I think, works because you don't have to remember any strategies or anything.
There's no strategy.
You just get to your turn again and go, how far do I want to push my luck?
Yeah, that's it. But it's also fun to play live because it takes like 5 minutes. It's a really fun game. Please make a non-ugly
It's way
one.
easier to make other people make mistakes when it's live.
We have 2 for number 2 because we couldn't decide.
Wouldn't that make this a list of 6 games?
No, it's 5 with 2 number 2s.
Oh, that makes sense.
Welcome to Second Star to the Left. So those wrong turns. For me, number 2 is going to be Castles of Burgundy. I really enjoy on Board Game Arena, even though I'm not great at it. I just like finding new ways to try and find a path to win. I did get the dice version for Christmas, I think, and I really enjoy that. Again, we have the roll and write version, but we don't have the original. The reason that I don't have the original of Castles of Burgundy, an in-person physical copy, is not because, like Can't Stop, it is ugly, because I don't actually think it's that ugly, despite what some people say about that poor game. The reason that I don't own Castles of Burgundy in a physical copy is because I don't think Billy would play with me.
You've never played with me on BGA.
You never say yes.
You never ask.
Oh, this is nonsense. Terrible nonsense. You know what? Jump in Discord and invite Billy to play Castles of Burgundy. Go ahead, I dare you.
No promises.
See? Right there.
Oh, hey!
Castles of Burgundy is one of those classic board games that stays popular because it's just solid. All of the mechanics just work. It isn't new, it isn't flashy, it isn't that pretty, but it just works, and it is a nice little puzzle to figure out. If you're going to use your dice to, select a new tile, if you're going to use your dice to place the tile, trying to make the most out of each roll of the dice, it's part luck, it's part skill. Optimize. Yeah. Trying to optimize each roll of the dice. It's part luck, it's part skill. There's enough skill in there, enough strategy to kind of mitigate dice rolls that are bad. You always have options. I just really like it. I think that I would love to play it in person, but I think that I would never play it in person, and it would just be a pretty game on my shelf that you're supposed to have in a board game collection, and I don't think that's reason enough to have a game. And what was your number 2? See? 5. 2 2s.
I don't see how you can put this on me.
It is.
But Alhambra.
Yeah, Alhambra, which is one that we just recently started to play.
We did, like earlier this month, I think, right?
Yeah. I know, maybe last month, but yeah, recently.
Time is weird.
Don't know
how. I say that every video, yes.
I don't know how we missed this one along the way somehow. And then I would see it, and I think I thought it was a different kind of game.
Yeah, I don't know what I thought it was, but I apparently had no idea what genre it was even.
Yeah, you're just kind of managing your money and buying little buildings and parks and things to put in your Alhambra. And then it's basically tile placement, but there's a lot of restricting rules where walls are and where you can and can't place the tiles. And it's also got set collection where you're trying to have the most of a certain kind of building and beat other people. Alhambra is a nice challenge to figure out. I did not think this was the game it was, kind of tile placement, resource management. I thought it was going to be much more complicated than it is. And once you have the rules, this game plays really easy. That is not to say it's as easy as something like King Domino, where you don't really have to think, you just match the pretty colors. You definitely want to have a plan for this, or you wind up closing in your Alhambra with walls and being kind of literally boxed in. I don't actually know what this one looks like in person because I've never seen a physical copy of this. So I'm not sure whether we...
No, yes you did.
When?
Well, Will Wheaton played it.
Oh, I don't think that counts.
Like 20 years ago.
It is an older game, but I don't think that counts.
Hey, you guys remember Tabletop?
Everybody remembers Tabletop. So anyway, Alhambra is one that we don't own. We may look at down the line, but again, it plays so well on Board Game Arena that it's one that we probably won't buy a physical copy of.
Yeah.
The number 1 game that we don't own, but we love...
is one you actually... almost backed on Kickstarter 3 separate times. The same campaign.
I had everything in the cart, and I mean everything in the cart. And that's Isle of Cats, which I know everybody likes, and I know it's a polyomino game, so it should be sitting here on my table right this minute if you know anything about us.
In hindsight, we
all.
maybe should have backed it.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm going to stand by this because my sister owns this game.
Yeah.
Your Aunt Sandra owns this game, and that means if we want to play it, we can. We just have to, invite her over and make her bring the game or go to her house and play the game. But now that you can play it on Board Game Arena, there's even less incentive. I have access to the physical copy, plus she backed the expansions.
Oh, she did?
She did. So
nice.
We don't have to worry about it. So I have access to that. It seems silly for both of us to have the game. We pretty much share what we play. And also, and you guys are going to be super surprised, I ordered the roll and write version.
I'm shocked.
I know. We ordered Explore and Draw and we're waiting for it to get here very impatiently. So unlike the other games, I would have purchased this game. I would have purchased a physical copy of Isle of Cats, but we know somebody who has it, so no need for 2 copies.
This video was my idea. All of this, my idea.
Billy came up with the idea for this video.
Unless you hate it, and then it's her fault for approving it.
So you can thank her for this idea. It was a good one. We had fun. Are there games that you love to play, either digitally, an app on Board Game Arena, or, at a friend's house, that you just aren't ever going to buy a copy of, and why? If so, let us know. If so, let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see,
or if you'd like to keep watching until we get one right,
then please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to follow us elsewhere on social media, all that information will be down below, including how to join us on our Discord and play some of these games with us online. As always, open tables, open minds, and play yourselves.
Bye! It's a really drafty source.
Nope, let's try that.
I would buy this on Board Game Arena.
I would buy this on Board Game Arena. But if they made
It would
these
be really
things,
bad if I was wrong.
then it will stay in.
Nobody under 70 knows what cribbage is.
I'm gonna tell Jeff that you said that.
Oh no, I forgot. I guess Jeff's 70. I'll wait till you make it less dumb face.